You can see the liner. So this, instead of being mounted on the back, it's mounted on the side. And I purposely leave it just the right depth so that the front of the panel is still below the frame. Does that make sense? So I have to measure all that stuff out, and I've got it figured out so that the front of the panel is below that frame surface. But you can see that liner in there, so it's more of a liner instead of a floating frame. Does that make sense? Although
It doesn't look as deep, but it does.
It's not as deep, and so, but it still gives the same look.
And you glue and nail it.
I don't glue these; I just nail them.
Just nail them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could pull these off, and sometimes I've had to for whatever reason. I could do it by hand. I could grab that and pull it off. It's just been Brad nailed right through there.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, this time you didn't miter the.
In fact, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't
so-
miter these. No. Let me show
Why
you.
is this two pieces?
Let me
that up
show
for me?
you with.
That is because you know he made this first. Now he want to add the edge.
So,
So
with
that he
these,
just use
with
a
these
nail
guys
to-
that we just made for you,
Yeah, he
let me
added.
show
the-
you what you would do with these. Now you'll go ahead and paint your painting, and then you'll take a 1/2 inch piece of Baltic birch, and you'll figure out how far from the front to hold that back, and make sure that whatever frame you're using is above the surface of the painting. Part of the purpose of a frame is to protect the surface of the painting. It's not just for appearance, but it's to protect the painting surface.
In case it gets dropped
So
or
that
something.
so you can put this anywhere on there that you want to put it, but I figure it out and put it so that the frame covers half of this and is a little higher than the surface on the painting, right? So that's what it'll look like. And then I would trim this so that it doesn't need to be this deep.
Yeah.
I would probably trim this the same depth as that.
Okay.
And then I would just brad nail it. If you don't have a brad nailer, you can use little finish nails
Yeah.
and just
Pound them in.
nail them in.
Okay.
And I did that for years. Before I had the wood shop, I would sit there in my studio, drill a little hole, put a nail
Yeah.
in and tap it in with a hammer, and then use a countersink and countersink it. And
What's that countersink? Is that like